Many companies turning to big data because they want to pursue business outcomes to transform how they do business. This is called digital transformation, a profound and accelerating transformation of business activities, processes, competences, and models to fully leverage the changes and opportunities of digital technologies and their impact across society in a strategic and a prioritized way. Whew, that was a mouthful. Well, basically, digital transformation means that most of the traditional businesses would like to start behaving like next generation businesses do. You know, guys like Uber, Airbnb, Netflix, businesses like that. Big data related part of digital transformation is typically built around three key categories of activities: data discovery, single view, and finally predictive analytics. We will review all three, but keep in mind that despite the order we present them in, an enterprise pursuing all three can start anywhere. There's no linear path, and big data journey varies from one enterprise to the next. Many companies begin their path to Hadoop with data discovery. In other words, trying to solve the problem of exploring data that has never been available to them at scale. They feel that this would allow them to consolidate scattered data, explore types of data they've never had at scale, discover surprising insights, and finally create better data governance strategies. Pursuing this outcome is especially common for companies with a long operating history, and thus a lot of diversity in how IT manages different types of data, especially when it comes to managing them for different lines of business within the same enterprise. A successful outcome around data discovery effort typically leads to single view. After all, a successful data discovery is a situation where companies realize that they're sitting on a treasure trove of data, but it's scattered all over the place. And even if they can effectively analyze the data within a given storage silo, say a single relational database or a storage solution, the task of being able to correlate datasets across the silos becomes your next huge problem. Remember our previous example of multiple emails and social media handles all linking back to the same customer? Well, if you have all those stored in different systems, you will never be able to make the discovery that user Joe can be represented by 5 different handles. In a situation like this, companies start using Hadoop to unify all the data and paint the single view of their business. This kind of unification is called a Hadoop-based data lake. Hadoop data lake creates a single view of the customer, a single view of the patient, a single view of the telecom network, a single view of the supply chain, or a single view of the product, or a single view of just about anything else. A comprehensive Hadoop data lake leads to our third and most exciting, and some may even say science fiction-like category, predictive analytics. Predictive analytics is the most sophisticated business outcome possible with Hadoop. It is one that gets all the media attention and a lot of times is surrounded with controversy, as was, for example, the case with Cambridge Analytica recently. All of this is easy to understand when you realize that with far more data about what's happening in the past and advanced machine learning algorithms, companies can now predict future outcomes with far more certainty. And it actually at times appears like the companies are downright clairvoyant. For example, businesses may use predictive analytics to do proactive repairs on equipment or recommend the next product to buy or stock the appropriate amount of inventory or even design their stores or model financial risk. Increasingly enough, predictive analytics requires a very strong baseline of big data management practices, and it also requires the new kind of skills to be available within the enterprise. There's a whole new profession, in fact, that is growing like wildfire, and it is called data scientists.